Okay, we're gonna do the tail. So I took that piece of foam and my scissors, I just cut it in half, right? So I'm gonna put the flatter, even sides together and just kind of looking at which side is gonna do better. This side's gonna go underneath. So again, I put the tail up so that way it can compress down, or it's about like right there. And this is going to take a lot of the glue, so just kind of prepared the surface. This should go pretty smooth, I think. I want to say. We'll see. See how it goes. So I can bring it out a little farther as needed, and just kind of go for it straight into the wire mesh a little bit. Let's see. Do that, and then take my tool and smear it all over. Might have just a little overkill. Let's see. I want it to get through the mesh. I want to make sure the mesh is stuck as well to the armature wire. Right? We were folded on there earlier, remember? So as long as it is not pooling, right? So that's where I thought, like with the mesh, it might be fairly easy to smear this stuff out through the mesh a bit. There we go. Yeah, it's eating through the tube pretty good here for this big old tail, but it'll be worth it. His tail's pretty awesome. When I get down to detailing the face, it's going to be very satisfying. Let's put it that way. Do one on the edges, come around the back here, down a bit. Give him some push-ups. There we go. You can see it's coming through the other side. Oops. Yeah, kind of waste. Put a big glob on there is kind of wasteful. So I will be a little more patient and just kind of do a little at a time, especially on the edges in the middle. The edges is where again I want that aluminum mesh. I want it to stick to the armature really good. I don't want it to come loose. Yeah, I think with the amount I'm putting on there, I don't think that's anything to worry about. And with that form wire, it's cool. It's you sculpt it, you can shape it, and since it's so thin and open, it's going to air dry really fast for us too, which is kind of nice. There we go. So I really gobbed it on there, about as gobby as I've been. But the stuff dries flexible, and geez, I forget longer. It's longer than other. Is that going to go up here? Really test it? Yeah, I did. Right there. Okay. So I should mark that with my pen where the leg's going to attach to the pelvis, right? Just make sure. Can't really see my blue marker on the black EVA foam, but I know it's there. And if you want, I have these white pens too. White gel pens mark nicely on the black EVA foam. White gel pen. I have some other ones I use for leather, so I can actually see my marks clearly. Funny. All right. Yeah, let's finish putting that on. Get the tail into where the tailbone connects to his body. There we go. Yeah, cool. Oops. Yeah, careful. It's really sticking now. Ah, the spider webs are everywhere. Damn. All right. Put the lid on there for a sec. Look at this from underneath. Make sure we're good. Yeah. Okay, I got it all over there. Real good. So now we got to just remember which one's top, which one's the bottom. Bottom one should be longer. We want to go flat edge too, right? So the flat edge to the flat edge. This one's slightly bigger. Uh, yeah, this one. All right. So patience is a virtue. So we're going to roll this up a bit, get to the last parts of this tube, and going to try to be as patient as possible and have a large surface area to do. Dab, dab out to the edges, and remembering this is the bottom, doing under first. On it goes. Whoa, shit. Ah, the saying about patience. I have none. Ah, shit. Yeah, getting late, getting tired. And that part here, make sure I get that good underneath to the crotch region. We don't want that coming loose on us, right? Oh, shit, it's sticking to the tool. All right, I'm gonna grab another tool here. Just a little round stick. Well, actually works really well. Just a round stick. Got a kebab stick kind of stick. And then it kind of rolls off. Maybe trying to not grab where I already put the stuff on. Okay, oops. Just did there. Okay, come around to this whole edge right here. And go to the edges. Make sure the two sides are indeed going to stick well to the wire and to each other through the mesh even, right? That's my hope in doing this. So this is going to go here, flat side, then down. So let's do back here first, maybe. Yeah, I like this round stick. Maybe it's just because it's fresh too. The other one's so mangled and gooey. So might just be a newness thing. Let's see how I can get this edge. There we go. Back the other side. There it goes. Just takes one accidental squeeze. Get it everywhere. Trying to keep myself working my way back to a spot where I can still press on and grab the foam. Yeah, so this longer stick's working pretty good because it's new. But I think longer term it might work pretty well too. We'll see. Use it on the other parts. I saw other artists using this. Well, there's little metal sculpting tool even and things like that. So off camera, sorry. All right, it should be pretty excellent. This will be a big piece to put on. Get hair dryer on high. Searching for tools. Review. Oh, sorry, bro. Anyway, a little foamy debris, tiny bit nothing on it. A lot, like a dirty sand debris would definitely mess with the open. So just be careful. Speaking up as that's why I didn't do this on that top camera and vacuum up some of that. So yeah, drumming the phone would have done. Okay, should be good. Which one's the top? Which one's the bottom? The longer one's the bottom. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going to bring his tail up a little. That and start very carefully. Make sure it's evenly pressed. Start with the edge first. Make sure I can see what I'm doing. There you go. Press that corner in and then lay it down. Angle back, kind of position as I go. Press as I go. That should be pretty good. Okay, curve the tail down a little bit. And then same thing. Try and make sure it's even as I go. Start up here, the middle of the hips. Make sure it's evenly placed. Start with and then press and drag and then roll it as I go. There we go, like that. Nice. And it may not be adhered perfectly on the outside edges, but we're gonna wrap it a little bit, so that's okay. Perfect imperfection. Squeeze, 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 press, press, press. Really squeeze it down into the bottom of the spine and into that wire mesh inside where we know the tail is at. Now, oh man, that's cool. It's gonna bend really good. And that compresses, we've got a natural compression there and it pulls a little bit there, but that's okay. And we can kind of split the difference with that. There we go. It's coming to life, right? Now, we can start the process here of trimming off the sharp edges. Again, I could have done that before I put it on, but it gives you some wiggle room, right? Like if you leave it and I think if you trim the foam after, do more trimming after adhering, after you get it on the armature, you have a little more design flexibility. You might discover that your puppet's not moving the way you want it to, etc., etc. Little tip over here in the corner. Pretty darn cool. Yeah, back each edge there, all the way up the edge here. There we go. If you know how to cut hair, you'd be good at this. Like cutting hair is an art form for sure, right? So never discount your local barber hairdresser. We surely didn't during COVID, right? Okay, left it kind of rougher. And if I want to, if I have my Dremel, on low, you can Dremel sand very gently, especially the black, the darker EVA foam can be shaped. It's a bit of an art form to dremeling, sanding foam, so I'm going to save that for its own little thingy. But let's take all this little trimmings and do a little housekeeping. There we go. And that's good enough for now. Tail's kind of done. We can put some layers. So you got to do his shoulders, legs, and we have a little gap here in the belly too. We can put some foam in that little space there, along with what we're going to do in the back. So let's see. I have this piece from the back that I had cut earlier. I was looking at putting over like this. And now that I'm seeing it again, I think, okay, yeah, this would not be a bad idea. Do that, and then, and then we'll do the upper torso, and yeah, be jamming. All right, so let's go ahead and do this piece here over the top of the tail. So I'm going to, let's see, where's my razor blade? If it goes like that, we probably want to do a bevel going in this way. All right. So let's try. I'm going to go here. I'm going to bevel it in. That. Yeah, it's a little harder to see on this white foam. There we go. So there's a bevel for how that flap's kind of coming out there. And what that's going to do is it's going to let it rest over the top of that tail a bit. So it's going to give it some flexibility on the tail. And as you layer the stuff up, remember it's going to start limiting his movement too, so just be aware that may or may not be what you want to do. So okay, he's got a lot of flexibility still. Pretty happy with that. And it's going to fill in that gap over there too and underneath. So let's go ahead and let's go for it. So I'm going to come over here underneath the butt, wrap around the sides, that, and then maybe on the side here, there's an edge there. I could go ahead. I know that's going to come off, so I could cut that now. Here and here. I know that's coming off. Okay. And we know this is going to be beveled as well. Right here. Not to a sharp edge necessarily, but at least, yeah. And it's going to go underneath the tush a little bit. We'll pack some foam in around the leg. A little more junk. And let's get the, I need to mark this, I can. Just mark across there, there. So I'm not guessing. I'm going with it. All right, cool. It's pretty clear. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's do it. Feeling it. I'm getting close to the finish line with this thing. Keep my scissors out of the cement. Big glob. Globby, globby. Let's see, is that a functional, useful glob, or is that one of those stiffened up because I left the lid open glob? That's, yeah, you go either way. We'll just smear it on there and goop it around. Oh, Jesus. That's way too much shit. Well, that's going to be a really strong bond. As long as I don't let it pull too much. Yeah, after, oh, jeez, that's a lot. 3 or 4 hour sittings on these, yeah, take breaks, get some water, all that good stuff. Learn to follow my own advice. That would be so nice. Okay, let's do the other side too. Yeah, watch out for the globs. Okay, should be good. Other side. He's already he could walk on all fours. I didn't do tie downs in his hand yet. He seemed to all these creatures seem to become bipedal, right? 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. Wahaha. There we go. Okay, and this will all dry nice and quick. Oh, not sure about that little spot over the tailbone if I want the extra stickiness there. So I'm going to go ahead and put some um, adhesive down that bevel flap that I made. Oh boy, it goes. It's all fine until the stick gets worn out, right? And then it gets less friendly. There we go. Yeah, it's getting all over my hands, all over the stick. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. This should be the last one for the night, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so really too bad. Make sure the lid's on. I'm gonna call that one. I'm gonna call this done for the night, and let's get the air dryer first. Put a lot on there. I'm gonna put a cap. I got a good grip on it. Put a lot on my hand. Yeah, should be good to go. Down a little flatter. Voila. Push around here. Fit one corner, right? And then press and then kind of walk the piece, so to speak, under and around the sides. And now he's got a butt. Pinch it all together nice. Goes. And we can do a couple of the basic trimmings that we know need to go. Yeah. Um, Probably under here, just because we don't want any 90-degree angles anywhere. Get rid of that. That's pretty cool. Legs back. Yeah, those are feeling pretty good. Those are good grip parts. And should do his back and shoulders. The legs should go pretty easy. We're gonna pack some foam around thighs. Make sure that bends nicely. We're gonna pack some foam around the shoulders. Like that. Make sure that that bends easy. And it's almost, bony protrusion hip that almost kind of works for what we're doing here. And I got to scrub this off the tip of my thumbs. Not too bad though. And the front here, the hip, it's a little. There we go. And definitely on the tail, although I like the shape of the tail, it turned out better than I expected. Yeah, it's coming up right there a little bit. But it's okay, we'll wrap it. Just cleaning up any obvious lumps or chunks that are kind of obvious eyesores. It's a good way of looking at it. He's got a little opening there, so he can even, his tail's not going to swing back and forth too well, but it does have that capability. All right, we'll come back tomorrow and we'll finish the legs, his shoulders and back of his shoulders, and then we can get into the most fun part, which is detailing. That'll include the hands and feet. I'm going to give them like little clawed toes. I think I had looked at the platypus reference, and in doing a speed design for this, I just kind of drew out some parts for him. Right, so his bill, we're going to use. I don't know. I'm going to leave his bill flexible. I was going to do the Magic Sculpt or the epoxy resin, the harder stuff, but maybe I won't. Maybe just like up around the top of the nose, and I'll leave the rest of it flexible. And he had like little clawed foot and hand, so that's right. I had right there for the foot. I might do another tie down, so you could even do like a heel to toe walk. And you can see his tail came out a little different. That's fine. I went with it. It's a little more otter-like, although they do have similarities to the beaver as well. And that might just be a simple matter of me trimming the end of the tail a bit more if I wanted to, although I like the shape of the tail quite a bit. So I think I'm going to leave it for now and let my brain think on it, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, see you later.